everybody. Okay, so I'm going to be making a pocket wristband, if that's what I'm going to call it. It's basically a little pocket on a band, or a band made with a pocket to hide stuff in. I made this for my sister in the hospital right now. She needed a place to store her money and her keys, because you're responsible for your own stuff, and they give you a locked box, but then you have a key and you don't know what to do with the key. So she asked me to make her something to hide that for her, so she could, you know, sleep in peace and be able to roam about the hospital with ease without having to carry any purse or anything with her. So this is what we came up with. I'm using 2 strands of number 4 yarn, worsted weight. This in particular is just Patton's Canadiana that I'm using. I like it to use 2 because it makes it thicker and less stretchable, I guess, and also it just seemed like it was the most comfortable way to do it. And of course, you're putting stuff in the pocket, you want it to be thicker, right? So that's why we went with this. I did make a flap once the band was made. I made a flap that's separate, and I did that with 1 strand, and we'll of course come to that later in the video. So to start, I just make my slip knot, and this is how I do my slip knot. Alright, so I'm going to chain 13. Okay, 13, I'm going to go into the second chain from the hook with a half double crochet. I'm going to continue half double crochet all the way along each chain for a total of 12 stitches. I apologize if I go off camera at all. I'm not set up for this. I have a little tripod on my chair with me here. Sorry, I knocked it. I will be pausing or stopping and editing this together later. Actually, it won't be me doing the editing, but it will be edited and hopefully sped up through parts. Okay. So now we're at the end. We're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're just going to half double crochet all the way back again. Get that end one. Okay, so we have another 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to chain 1, turn, half double crochet, and we're going to repeat this same 12 half double crochets all the way up as we build it. And I'm going to stop the video right now and build up a bit further, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've crocheted about 7 inches. This is not done yet, but this is basically how it's going to work around your wrist, right? Now we need to make the pocket part. Okay, so what I do is just fold this over, decide how big or small I want it to be. I personally like it to be, I don't know, maybe about that size would be a good size. Okay, so I'm going to use these 2 strands. I'm going to use 1 to sew up here, and I'm going to use 1 to sew down along here. So I'll sew them in, weave them in, and once I've done doing that, I will continue to build these 12 half double crochets. I will keep building them up until this wraps around my arm and I have enough to reach here. However, before you get to the end, you want to keep measuring because you want your last row to be double crochets instead of half double crochets, and this just allows for an easier slip on a couple buttons that we're going to add on to this. So I'll be back once this is sewn up and I've completed my section to where I need it to be. So here I am sewing it up. I got my string all through my yarn. I just basically go back and forth. All the way along. This is the bottom of my pouch. Once I get down here, I kind of just put a little knot. Okay. That's the start of my pocket. And then, of course, you know, I weave this in. Usually. I think I'm only going to get 2 out of that one, which is fine by me. Leave it there. Now I just want to sew this side up. Now that we're at the top, I just kind of gonna knot it up here. All right. So that worked out pretty good. Just gonna check my pocket. Seems very secure. Nothing's gonna fall out. Okay. I'll just weave this in. And again, I'll probably only get 2 out of this, but that's okay. I always try to go for 3. But sometimes I don't leave myself enough yarn. Alright. So then now that those are done, just give a snip. And give a snip down on this one. Now we have a pocket, and we're going to keep crocheting to continue making it reach around our wrist. And as you can see, we're not that far away. Okay, so now that I've got it near closing, I'm going to add a row of double crochet. Can you see how that's closing? It's not touching. Once I add a row of double crochet, it'll barely overlap this, but it will be enough that I can stretch it to go over buttons. And I mean, the yarn's going to stretch anyways over with use over time, so you want it to be a little bit on the tight side anyways when you first make it, I guess. And I'm going to do one more row, and this will be double crochet. I'm still just going to chain 1. We're going to do a double. We'll pull out some more yarn. Okay, so that's my last row. Let's put it out a bit here. See where we stand with that. There's my pocket. So if I had 2 buttons on there, I could totally get that on my wrist. So that looks like it's the right size for me. Which means I can now cut this off. Just grab my scissors. Let's cut it off. I'll just use the crochet hook and I'll finish it off like that. Alright. I'm just going to shove this in the corner somehow like this so I can pull a strand through. Okay. And then I knot it. Twice. There we go. Now I'm going to stick my hook back in again, roughly the same spot, so I can pull it in, make a loop, tighten it down. Okay, I'm just going to chain again. And then I'm going to single crochet across. And in the same stitch, hopefully, that I put my Alright, so here we are at the end. Just going to chain 1 and turn, and half double crochet. On the next row, simply because it builds up faster. Oops. There is no written pattern for this yet. I might write one up later. Might not too. It's a pretty simple pattern. Chain 1 and turn. Alright, so you can see it's starting to flop over. I want to make it go down into more of a V, and I want to add a buttonhole too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to half double crochet the next 2 together. So just go through both, go through all 5 loops on your hook, and then half double crochet to the last 2 on the end again. And then the last 2 together, so half double crochet, 2 together. Like so, through all 5, chain 1 and turn, and again we want to do half double crochet together. Okay, there's 1. Half double crochet across, chain 1 and turn, and you can see it's coming down in a nice little bit of a V. That kind of leaves me space for my button on the side because I'm going to be putting a button up here. So we'll do another row again. Two together. Now I'm going to go 1, 2, chain 2, 1, 2. I'm going to skip 1, 2, and I'm going to half double crochet these 2 together. Sorry, I'm going all off camera here. I hope that was on camera. Okay, so we half double crocheted to get 2 together at the beginning, chain 2, skip 2, and then half double crochet 2 together at the end. Okay, so there's a total of 4 stitches there now. Okay, I'm going to chain 1. Turn, and I'm going to single crochet across 4, so 1, I'm going to Go in the chains. 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that was on camera. Sorry if it wasn't. I'm not paying attention. Okay. See how that leaves me like a buttonhole there. Okay. Let's get rid of the stitch markers. Pull out the yarn. Alright. So now here it is. You have a buttonhole. So when you put a button here, you can slip the button around the buttonhole. And that still leaves us a nice space to put a button here and a button here. Now we're just going to finish it off by adding the buttons, weaving in our ends. Let's go down like this. Just going to crochet like that. Where's my scissors? Get the yarn off, slip it through. We've got a buttonhole. We'll finish this off with a couple knots. Alright, so now I'm just going to do this up and try it on. Let's see if I can get it done up. Just want to kind of manipulate. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you make some and alter it and have fun with it. Alright? Thanks for watching. Bye.